Hello people, it's me again, that view with sunglasses guy. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. Okay, I'm a little sick today, my throat hurts, so I won't sound very energetic, and I don't have a script for this, so yeah. But today, we're doing a really cool video, and it's an MVP difficulty tier list, which you guys chose for me. So, I'm going to be doing that today. I'm going to be talking about how difficult it is to get MVP on each one of these. First is easy peasy, bit of effort. Oh, cool MVP. That's the reaction you'd have, nothing too crazy. Okay, this is getting difficult, very difficult, and I have to let chat know how crazy this is. So that's all of our different ranks here. We have all 15 fighters and a special guy in here. None of these are in any particular order except for the first one. So let's get right into it. First of all, we have me. Yeah, that's right. Let's just say that whenever I'm playing, MVP is so easy, guys. Like when you're me, there's just no difficulty attached to it. Let's be real. The next one is Katana. Now, when you're talking about Katana, like, he's very tanky. He can go into battle and get a lot of kills. But, like, he also dies a lot if he doesn't have his team near him, which can be a big problem. So, he gets a lot of kills, but he also dies a lot. I would say that, like, it is notable when you do get MVP with him. So I'm going to put him in the oh cool MVP tier. Next is Rocket. So I've seen plenty of Rocket MVPs. And as long as you're just a little bit experienced with him, you shouldn't have too much problem getting MVP in the first place. Like, yeah, sure, you might get targeted, but like as long as there's a med kit on screen, like you're not going to be the main target, and you can get a lot of kills just from backing up in the corner, and you have a lot of movement options. So I'd say that it takes a bit of effort. Well, next we have Sword. I'm not going to say much. I almost never play Sword, but holy crap, MVP is so easy. I play with him. Like, I played him for the first time after having only played like Cythe for so long, like a few months ago, and I immediately got MVP with him because you don't actually have to try that much. Next is Subspace. Okay, Subspace. I don't really know what to think, because I've played Subspace probably the least out of any character. But as you can see when I recorded my last video on tanks, that I got MVP with him that time I played him after like a month of having not. So, but I was playing a really good map and I played with him more later and I didn't get MVP once. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna put him in the okay, it's getting difficult. Because you have to, I guess it kind of relies on one, the map, and two, like how bunched up your team is and coordinated your team is. Because you're always going to get at least a lot of damage. Next is Banhammer, and I'm going to be putting him in the same spot as Katana, because it's a very similar situation. Like, you can get a lot of kills, but you're also gonna die a lot. It's not as... Banhammer's just... He's a goofy guy, I'll tell you that. He just doesn't require... it's not quite just a little bit of effort, but you do have to... But, like, it's not very difficult, if you know what I'm saying. Next is Boombox. Boombox I'm going to put in very difficult tier. I rarely see Boombox MVPs. You really have to know what you're doing with them. And, like, really, Boombox I would say is the least biased when it comes to maps. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because really, you're just pushing up at front. But as you know, I don't know too much about Boombox. But I rarely see Boombox MVPs. And I've played him a bit before, and he's difficult. I'll tell you that. So I'm going to put that in the very difficult tier. Hyper Laser. Okay. Hyper Laser will suck if your team sucks, but you also get pretty much guaranteed MVP if, like, your team is doing something semi-correctly. So I'm going to put it in the a little bit of effort tier. Because as much as Hyper Laser mains like to talk about how good you have to be at sniping, like, he has some massive hitboxes, and his ult just gives you like 3 free kills every single time as long as you don't completely suck. Like I've seen the greatest MVP I've ever seen was a 3109 from a Hyper Laser. I don't have the screenshot on me, but it was insane, and it was on a Conquer map. It was Doomspire, and like he had, I think, 5 total points. Just sat there the whole time because his team was pretty much very competent. Okay, I'm a former Cythe main since I switched to Coil, and with Cythe, I'm kind of debating between these two, because although I have gotten really good with Cythe, she's my secondary, and she just requires a lot of precision, and like, I've had some pretty bad Cythe rounds, but I've also had some pretty great Cythe rounds. I'm not really entirely sure. I think I'll put it in Oku MVP because she is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to DPS, especially in her gun form. So I don't think she's quite at, okay, this is getting difficult. But this might just be my bias because I'm pretty good at Cythe. I think Slingshot goes in the same spot. Like, Slingshot has a much smaller hitbox and a lot less like kill potential than these two. Like, he's pretty difficult to get MVP with. Like, there's not the same kill potential that you'll have. Although I would say the damage potential is pretty similar. I'll just put Cythe. She deserves to be up here. She definitely struggles when it comes to MVP a lot of the time. Coil. I love Coil. Coil's my favorite. I'm gonna put Coil in the same spot that Cythe is. Like, the thing is that Coil is really good at hanging on for dear life, but not really good at escaping situations. Because you can get in a lot of really bad situations with Coil, but the thing is that he's really good at just hanging on for dear life and not really getting away, but staying alive for longer than most other fighters should. And that can help him get some extra kills in, and also a little bit, sometimes he can barely survive if he holds on for long enough. And I've got some pretty cool MVPs with Coil, but he is pretty dang difficult. Vine Staff. Vine Staff is so difficult. I've never gotten MVP with a Vine Staff. I think I've seen like 2 total Vine Staff MVPs. Actually, maybe 3. The thing is with Vine Staff is that everyone on every team has to suck except for you in order to get MVP. Everyone has to be dying so much in order for you to get in the KD ratio. in order to get MVP with her. And you also have to have fairly good aim and game sense. Like, she's difficult. Next is Biograph. I played Biograph a decent amount. And I might rethink Coil here. Will I? Might move Coil down and keep Biograph here. Actually, no. No, I'm gonna keep Coil where he is, and Biograph will be right here because Biograph is very, very well. You probably know that he's a glass cannon, but all it takes is one good round to get the craziest MVP ever. Like, you get MVP not too often, but when you do, it's an absolutely insane MVP every single time. There's not really much of an in between. And as long as you're pretty competent with him, MVP shouldn't be too uncommon. I might move him down because of that. MVP isn't too uncommon with him as long as you're semi-competent. Skateboard. I see Skateboard MVPs. I usually see Skateboard doing well in the game, but never MVP. You really need to know what you're doing with him in order to get MVP, especially with his movement options. Shuriken. I'm not really sure what to think of Shuriken. Let me think. I don't play him that often. I've seen MVPs that are really, really good with Shuriken, and some people who were just able to repeat MVP with Shuriken each time, no matter what team they were on. And so I imagine he has a really high skill ceiling, but I suck at getting MVP with Shuriken. So I'm probably going to put him in the okay, this is getting difficult tier, because you need some really good aim. Medkit? I'm putting him in one of these, but you have to have crazy aim to get enough headshots to get MVP, and your team has to really, your team has to be doing really well, and you have to get really lucky with the way that your kill opportunities come out in order to get MVP with Medkit. And so, like, these two, like, I like make it notable in chat. I go, wow, Medkit MVP, wow, Vine Staff MVP, because it's really just that rare. Like, I won't really note that with any of these guys. So that's gonna be our list. It's looking pretty good. If you disagree with me, that's whatever. Like you can just let me know in the comments. I haven't played all these characters quite so well, so just, you know, be respectful. I don't really care if you disagree with me. But that is going to be about it. So yeah, thanks.